From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Thursday, August 28th, 2014. Silver is trading at $19.77 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,294 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $509. AntiWarcom reports the Obama administration has had a private turnaround on the situation in Syria. After years of pushing rebels in general as an alternative to the Assad government, the U.S. is now keen to expand their new Iraq war into Syria to attack the largest of those rebels, ISIS. The U.S. has even taken to sharing intelligence with the Assad government on targets, which is quite a turn when less than a year ago they were pushing hard to invade Syria to oust Assad. The Assad government is eager for U.S. aid, but wants it publicly. The U.S. has ruled out doing so and is now considering, among its options, attacking both ISIS and Assad targets to avoid tipping the scales in Assad's favor. It's a preposterous idea, but would be in keeping with the long-standing U.S. policy of arming the rebels enough to keep them from being overrun without ousting Assad outright. If the U.S. goal of keeping Syria a calamitous war zone remains intact, officials could decide that just bombing everybody is the simplest solution. The stated U.S. goal of wiping out ISIS would make preventing Assad from getting more powerful than them all but impossible, and would ensure that the U.S. war is not just open-ended, but permanent. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Roberts & Roberts Brokerage. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They now take Bitcoin for purchasing precious metals so you can turn your profits into a long-term investment. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing. 800-874-9760. The Associated Press reports Baltimore Ravens running back Ray Rice is sitting out 2 games for domestic violence, while a positive marijuana test triggered a year-long ban for Cleveland Browns wide receiver Josh Gordon, costing him the entire 2014 season. Critics of the NFL's arbitrary policy towards domestic violence point to the contrast between the punishments and say it's time for the league to crack down on players who hurt women. 3 members of Congress wrote NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell asking him to reconsider Rice's suspension. The governor of Maine says he'll boycott the league, and numerous groups that advocate for women and families condemned the penalty as too lenient. League officials may soon take action on the matter. A person familiar with the NFL's plan says the league is looking into increasing punishments for players involved in domestic violence. The person spoke to the Associated Press on the condition of anonymity because no announcement has been made on such a decision. This is not a new issue for the NFL. Since January of 2000, 77 players have been involved in 85 domestic violence incidents, with 6 being cut from their teams, according to USA Today's NFL Arrest database. The NFL suspended 6 players for 1 game each. Rice is now the second player to be suspended for 2 games. During the 2013 Porcupine Freedom Festival, Dahvie Barker presented an idea for a renegade psychological experiment. Since then, he has refined his idea and put his plan and research into writing. He explains, "We aim to show the world beyond a shadow of a doubt that power corrupts absolutely and corrupt authority deserves no obedience." Authoritarian Sociopathy is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores. AntiWar.com reports, after months of producing evidence of ballot stuffing on behalf of his opponent and disputes over the auditing process, Afghan presidential candidate Abdullah has withdrawn from the entire process, with his spokesman saying he won't accept any result from the auditors. It's hard to fault Abdullah for his cynicism, as he had to withdraw from the 2009 presidential election as well, amid evidence of ballot stuffing by President Hamid Karzai. Now it seems he's about to have another election stolen. Rival Ashraf Ghani has also withdrawn his observers from the audit at the request of the United Nations, and it seems at this point that any result after months of nonsense audits will be in serious doubt. The U.S. power-sharing deal, in which both sides would effectively be co-presidents, is also in doubt, with Ghani saying before he has no intention of honoring the deal, and neither side apparently going through the audit process anymore. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.